Chazztin and I met at a vouch dating event in Santa Monica.
So in order to get invited to the event, you have to know a woman that's in the group, and they have to vouch that you're not a scumbag.
I saw him sitting there on the couch and I noticed his hair instantly.
And she came out of the crowd and sat down near me.
So I sat diagonally from him and then I let him come to me. And then once he did, which was pretty instantly, I actually didn't even finish my drink, like putting it down before he showed up right next to me and said, "Hi."
My first impression was, damn. I saw how elegant and beautiful she was, but in a classic kind of way.
Well, my very first physical impression was that he was cute and his hair really stood out to me. So once I noticed it was Final Fantasy hair, specifically Cloud, I was like, perfect. He likes anime and video games, obviously, so we'll have at least something to talk about. My first impression of his personality was that he was really warm and really friendly, and I felt safe with him. So I loved to follow where he led the whole night through. And we stayed together the whole rest of the night. We didn't talk to anybody else.
So my original plan to propose to Trinity was in Maui. I had planned everything. I had gotten us the villa with our two friends. I had everything planned, but then, as a lot of people know, the Maui fires hit. And it hit the week before we were leaving. So I had exactly 1 week, because I had already requested all the vacation time. I had exactly 1 week to put together as best of a proposal weekend or week that I could, substituting for Maui.
We were in Napa Valley. It was my birthday. So we met in August, so he did it 1 year later, the next following August. And there was this castle, some millionaire built this European-style castle in Napa Valley as a winery.
Castle that is made up of European castles. They flew the bricks in from Europe.
And they had a whole dungeon. We did the whole tour. It was really, really fun. We had all our friends there. And then he took me up to the tip top of this tower overlooking all the vineyards, and that's where he proposed to me, because I'm a princess.
I thought that is perfectly her aesthetic, especially because, she's definitely the little princess type. A nickname I have for her is my princess queen.
What do I like best about Chaz? He's really reliable, he's dependable, he's a great man and a provider. I just love everything about him. He works so hard to provide and make me happy and make me feel safe and secure, and I've actually never seen him get angry, not once, not at me or really anybody. He just is such a warm, friendly, happy person.
What I like best about her? How smart she is, how intelligent she is. We have so much in common, and I can actually have in-depth conversations with her. That's actually very rare. I don't think in all of my relationships that I've had that kind of bond with somebody that I can actually talk to them on the same. I don't feel like I'm dumbing down anything. I feel like she actually understands what I'm talking about. And that goes in every aspect. Nerd things, psychological things, because we like talking about psychology a lot. We love talking about politics. We love talking about identity politics as well.
There's a story that it doesn't connect between Chaz and I, but it has to do with one of our friends that was there.
After I had proposed that night, we were spending the evening at the pool drinking, and we went back to our place. We have this gorgeous backyard at where we stayed, at the villa we stayed at. And one of my friends, Richie, starts going on a tangent. He's one of those guys that think he has a million dollar ideas all the time. So one of his $1 million idea was
anklets. And, hear me out.
An anklet for men. But he was calling it the manklet.
And he was like, anklets, when men wear them, it's hella gay, right? But if we got Drake in on it and we called it manklets, then it would be hella straight, right? And then we would make a ton of money. And then one of my best friends, he's a jeweler. This is how the story got talked about in the first place. And so my friend Zach actually made, the next time we all saw each other, he made the manklet and gave it to Chaz, and Chaz wears it all the time. And it has like a little picture of Drake on it with like, it's inscribed and says straight. Just so you know.
It says manklet on the front, and in case you forget when you're wearing it, on the back, it says straight. It has the Drake meme engraved on it on one side. It has the Mark II.
Pet peeves, he has worked on it, I will say. What he would used to do was when he would drink like a soda, he would leave just enough at the bottom that it's not enough to save the drink for later, but it's not enough to throw it away. He does the same thing with chips. So I'm like, just finish it, just finish it and throw it away. And so he's done a lot better.
She actually doesn't have too many quirks or like habits. I don't know if she's too aware of them because of the psych degree, but or she's addressed a lot of them. I'd say the only quirk is I can tell she like hoards food a little bit, like her snacks and stuff. They have to be accessible to her. Oh, I don't. She doesn't really do anything that annoys me. No, seriously, like that. I know that's it's not a cop out or anything. There's not anything that she does that pet peeves. Everything. I think like anything little I think it's cute. Like her staying up and playing video games like until she beats it. Like that's cute to me.
Quirks about Chaz. Yeah, he has quite a few, but one of my personal favorites is that, you know, when he gets really like passionate about something, or he's like, you know, getting into kind of someone's face a little bit, you know, he'll point his pinky at them, like he's in the mafia, like, you know, I told you that was gonna happen, like that. Like he's Joe Pesci, and he never noticed he did that until I pointed it out. It's the funniest thing. I told him, like, you really should get an actual pinky ring to really just go full force with it, you know, just really commit to that role. Like,
she doesn't even nag me. She's not that type. Really? Yeah, she's just like, it's gonna get done, or it's gonna get done, or if she doesn't like something, she tells me immediately. Even like, you know, brattiness, I actually like that.
Moments when I thought he was the one, I would say, it was pretty instantly. After we met and I was leaving the event and, you know, I waved goodbye while I was, you know, driving away, and he waved goodbye. I was like, oh, I really hope I hear from him, which I did the very next morning. And as the week went by, I remember texting my girlfriends being like, you know, I know it's still the first week and I don't want to say like too much. I think, you know, I don't want to get over it in my head, but I don't know, me and this guy really click, and I think he might be the one. And of course my friends were like, okay, like, you know, you're just really happy, just chill out, calm down. But it was really the very, like, after we had our first date and then we hung out again the next day. That's kind of when it really hit me, like, oh yeah, no, I really do think that this is the one. And I'm happy to say I was right. We both were.
The night we met, I thought that, because not only did the conversation was amazing, like everything, like I can tell how smart she was, I can tell how intelligent she was that day, but also the connection. We had so much in common, and she was okay with me for who I am. I didn't get any vibes of like, oh, why don't I dress more my age? Why don't I like cut my hair more my age? No, she liked me for me.
A funny story. Our first date. So I was really nervous and excited because we had been talking all day, all night, the whole week to build up to our first like official date. And since I was really nervous and excited, we were at a crosswalk. He was on the other side, and it felt like this crosswalk was just taking forever to change the light. And every time I would push the button, it would be like, wait. And I'm like, I don't want to wait. And I was just getting more anxious about it. And finally, when the crosswalk changed and I ran to him, I was so excited. I jumped on him and I accidentally like slugged him with my shoulder into his face, and he almost lost balance and fell. So it was cute, but that was a pretty funny moment to begin with.
First time I said I love you was actually at my apartment when she was staying over one weekend, and it was actually the same night that she felt like a child we're gonna have wants to meet us. It was actually really cool. Yeah, because Trinity is very spiritual. So she said she feels like in the spirit of like our child wants to meet us, and that night I just, I knew it. I felt it and I said it.
The first time he said I love you was, no, he said it first. He did say it first, and that was in the same week that we got together, actually. The same day that I thought that he was the one was the same day that he said he loved me. And of course I remember telling my friends, and they're like, oh, no, that's impossible. I can't be so soon. You've only known this guy a week. And again, here we are, still just as in love, from that same day. So it was true.
We got pregnant the first time she tried. We tried. So yeah, we're pretty sure this is the child she was talking about that really wanted to meet us.
A message to our future son, Roxas. I just want to let you know that I am more than excited and happy and honored to be marrying your father, Chazztin. He's going to be a wonderful, wonderful father to you, and I have no doubt about that at all, whatsoever. You're going to have so much fun with us. We're just going to love and shelter and adore you and watch you grow up and find out who you're going to become. And it's kind of funny because you've been with us throughout this whole journey, even though you didn't really know it. From the very beginning, within about the first week that I knew Chaz, I had a very spiritual moment, I suppose, where I felt your presence, and I just knew that he was the one, and that he was the one I was supposed to have children with. And I got very emotional about it and started crying happily about it. And, I told Chaz what was happening in the moment, and he was just very sturdy and present for me as I went through the flood of emotions about it. And then when we were conceiving, you came right away. It was just, that was it. So we knew that you wanted to truly be here, and that you were very excited to be here. And then after we got engaged, then you were conceived, and then you were here for our marriage day, which I'm filming today, and you will be here for our wedding, and then a few months after that you will be born. So it has been a journey between the three of us, honestly, and we're just so excited to see you and spend time with you and figure out who you are. We're really happy to be your parents, and we want you to know that you were actually truly deeply wanted and planned for and desired, and we can't wait to enjoy you and see who you become.
That the perfect relationship for you is out there. You don't have to settle for good enough. And that is something I wish someone in my life would have told me at any point in my life. I used to think, because when you look into other people's relationships, you're looking into a quarter of what they see. So you might see fights, you might see more fights than you do the good stuff. But ultimately, that person is out there, and it doesn't have to be that hard. You don't have to settle for good enough. You can find someone that you have almost everything in common with: values, opinions, hobbies. It's out there. You don't have to settle. We're very excited to meet you. Your mom knows that you're very excited to meet us.
Excited is absolutely the word. That was the first pretty much words I said about it. Was I just feel that what is coming is very excited to meet us.
Mm-hmm.
I remember saying that distinctly was the word excited. And we're excited to meet you in a few more months.